Welcome to All Things Marketing Podcast, the podcast that talks all things marketing for both franchise and multi-location marketing leaders. ATM is brought to you by PureDriven. We'll show you how to turn your brand into a money-making machine. Here's your host, Steve Rockwood.
Hello and welcome to Franchise ATM. My name is Steve Rockwood. I am the marketing manager here at PureDriven. Today we're going to go through some of the factoids that we've been posting over the past few weeks. So if you don't know what our factoids are, every single weekday we post a factoid that we source from reliable sources online of digital marketing facts. So basically stats, key insights, etc. to basically give you an understanding of what's going on in the world of the internet. So today I'm just going to go through some of those and discuss some. So the cool thing is, since we do so many different podcasts with so many different people and so many different topics, that a lot of the time the factoids end up circling back to one of the conversations that we've had, and then we can basically say, hey, if you want to learn more about this, go check out this episode of the podcast. So let's hope that happens. I haven't actually reviewed the factoids from this week, so let's look at those, and hopefully some of them will tie together. All right, let's look at our first factoid here, digital marketing factoid number 533. Location-specific ad campaigns are 20 times more effective than traditional banner ads. All right, well, we just did a geofencing podcast not too long ago. So, geofencing and geolocation. So, if you're interested in that, go check out the podcast, whether you're listening on Spotify or our website or iTunes. Go look for the geofencing one if you want to learn more about that specific factoid. That would probably be pretty helpful for you. Next up, digital marketing factoid number 534. 1.57 billion YouTube users watch about 5 billion videos on average every single day. Well, that also comes in handy because we just made a podcast on some video marketing basics. So if you want to learn about video marketing basics, go check out that episode of the podcast. Next up, from June 4th, we have digital marketing factoid number 535. About 67% of all online shopping carts are abandoned. Thankfully, sending an email about an abandoned cart has a 40.5% chance of being opened, which can remind buyers of their original interest. All right, so now you can tell it's not scripted because I do not have a podcast on this topic. But basically what it's saying is, if someone abandons their cart, you should have some sort of trigger in place that you will send them an email reminding them to come back and finish shopping. So, good advice there. Thank you, factoid number 535. Scrolling up here, we got digital marketing factoid number 536. 86% of consumers say they would appreciate mobile offers from a company while they're physically shopping in that company's store. Now, I use this example in the geofencing podcast. I'm going to use it again. Kohl's does a great job of this. So if you have the Kohl's app and you're near or in the store, you will get push notifications from Kohl's with discount, special offers, special events going on that day. So Kohl's is great for this factoid, and great job to Kohl's for what they do. I know my wife and I use their app, and it is quite handy when it tells you that there's a specific discount or something that day, or you can earn more Kohl's cash for certain purchases, etc. Digital marketing factoid number 538. Google has a 92.42% search engine market share as of April 2019. This is sourced from StatCounter in 2019. So Google has 92.42% of the search engine market. That's pretty insane. And this brings you to the point of Google paid search ads, definitely useful in this aspect. And then, of course, SEO, search engine optimization. I will be doing a search engine optimization podcast soon, but there's a ton of resources out there on SEO and search engine optimization. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you haven't looked at it in a while, it's definitely a good time to refresh yourself and get your website SEO optimized, especially with some blog posts and some content, because if that many people are searching, if that's the percentage on Google, it is super important that you show up there. Next up, we have digital marketing factoid number 539. 86% of women will look at social media before deciding to make a purchase. Well, this is super helpful if you run a brand where women are in your target audience or women are your target audience. Make sure you are on the social media platforms that they are using and help them make that buying decision. Education goes a long way when it comes to social media marketing, so make sure that they know where to find you, you know where to find them, and then your ads and your content will bring them to you so they can make their buying decision and buy from you. Final factoid I'm going to go over in this podcast today on this Factoid Friday is digital marketing factoid number 540. 64% of online shoppers say that a video on social media helped them make their buying decision. Well, that's pretty cool because we just did, as I said earlier, a quick video. I always say video when we're talking on podcast. We just did a quick podcast on video marketing. Just a high-level overview and some quick tips and tricks to get you going on video marketing. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to check out the PureDriven Twitter page if you like these factoids. We post one every single weekday. As you can see, we're well past the 500 mark. So we're going to be approaching two years of consistent posting pretty soon here. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you, everyone, for listening. And I will see you next week here on Franchise ATM. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you then. Have a good one, everybody.
You just listened to All Things Marketing Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch every new episode every day. Want to be a guest on the show? Sign up at puredriven.com/guest. See you tomorrow here at the ATM.